Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here. Before I get started with this video, I do want to let you all know that this is going to be a direct video response to Matthew Steele. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Matthew Steele, a link to the particular video that I'm responding to will be provided in the description down below for everyone to take a look at. Now last week, I believe it was last week, Matthew Steele basically asked a question to all atheists. What are you fighting against and why? Now, initially, I was going to respond to Matthew Steele in text form, but I decided to make this video instead because there was a couple of things that I wanted to cover, and I really didn't want to spend a lot of time typing it all out in text form. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and let me know what you guys think at the end of this video in the comment section. The first thing that I want to talk about basically is the fact that Christians are living a lie, and I'm speaking only for myself. I'm not speaking for anybody else. But it's not the lie that I'm so much against. I'm against the way that they are living this life. You see, you have a lot of Christians out there who really have no passion for life or their fellow human beings. They have no passion at all, plain and simple. They don't pay attention to what's around them. They don't pay attention to what's right in front of their faces. I think the main problem for this is the fact that they are promised an eternity and an afterlife with their alleged creator, and they get to reunite with their loved ones. So basically, I think that they're too busy looking forward to this event that is going to happen during their demise. And to me, that's really unfortunate because a lot of these Christians that I have come across here on YouTube and in real life have lost that real passion for their fellow human beings. And to me, that's really unfortunate. And that's one of the problems that I have with Christianity in general because it really takes away the passion of humanity. It takes away the passion of everything for that matter. And that is a big problem in this country. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that there are a lot of people out there that really don't like atheists. They think that atheists are horrible people, that we don't deserve the same rights that they have. In fact, there are 13 countries out there where it is illegal to be an open atheist. In fact, it is so illegal that if they find out that you're an open atheist, you can actually be put to death for that. And that is really disturbing because in these countries and in the country that we live in, there are a lot of people who think that, like I said, atheists are horrible, that we are demonic, that we are terrible. And it worries me because if certain Christian fundamentalists in this country had their way, we atheists would meet the same fate. And that really disturbs me because there are a lot of atheists out there who do a lot of wonderful things for the communities that they live in. But yet, these religions really don't pay attention to that because they are so fixated on this nonsense. It really bothers me, and that's something that I continue to fight against day after day after day after day. The next thing that I want to talk about that I am completely against is women's rights. There are a lot of Christian fundamentalists in this country that run this country, unfortunately, and as a result of this, they want to interfere in a woman's affairs personally. They want to tell women what they can and cannot do with their own bodies as far as their personal health is concerned. And when these women go to seek abortions or when they go out and seek medication that is completely against the fundamentalist way of life, they want to take away their health insurance, or they want to make it so difficult that these women cannot get health care, that these women cannot go out and seek the doctors that they need to have in their personal lives. And that is a problem for me. That is something that I fight against. That is something that I am completely against in any way, shape, or form. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is atheists running for office. Now, I think that it's pretty safe to say that it's pretty much impossible for an atheist to be a president right now. Because atheists, like I've said before, are some of the most horrible people according to Christians. And according to these Christians, that they are untrustworthy. You know, atheists can't make the right decisions. Atheists can't run this country like it's supposed to be run because Christians are so fixated on this country being run by a theocracy. It would literally make it impossible for an atheist to hold a position like president. And if an atheist decides to run for office and they are openly atheist, they will be politically discriminated against. And that is a big problem because atheists deserve to further their careers in the particular fields that they are in. But because of Christian bigotry, because of Christian discrimination against atheists, it is impossible for an atheist to do these things. And that is a big problem in this country, and that is something that I am also against time and time again. The next thing that I want to talk about, I have a huge fucking problem with. There are a lot of atheists out there who attend a lot of high schools. You get these open atheists in high schools who want to make friends, who want to circulate with their peers. But at the same time, these peers don't want to be around these atheists at all simply because they are atheists. And I have said this time and time again that there are a lot of people out there who think atheists are horrible people, literally. So naturally, these people don't want to hang around with atheists. They don't want to associate with atheists. They don't want to go out with atheists. They don't want to do anything in life with atheists. So a lot of atheists in this country are left alone in these schools that they attend. Everybody does their best to stay away from atheists. There's a lot of situations that are very dangerous for atheists because a lot of these Christian kids want to bully them right out of the school. They want to pick on them. They want to call them names. They want to say that they're devil worshippers. They want to do all of these things to make atheists feel horrible. And that is a big problem in this country. Bullying is a big problem. And I think, a lot of Christian kids bully these atheist kids right out of the school to the point that they're ready to commit suicide. And that is a big problem. And that's another thing that is echoing through this country, unfortunately. And the longer that people sit there and do nothing about it, the more the problem is going to grow. And a lot of things are going to happen, unfortunately. But a lot of Christians would rather ignore this problem because they are so blinded by their faith. They don't really care about atheist children in our public schools. They don't want to give them activities. They don't want to let them have separate groups for themselves. They want to make up these laws as they go. They literally want to cancel out everything that atheists do in these public schools, and that is a big problem. And that's another thing that I am completely against. The next thing that I want to talk about really pisses me off too. Now, let me set the scenario for you guys. You got an open atheist who just started a job in the particular field that he is in, let's say computer programming. And all of a sudden, his boss calls him into his office. And the boss asks him basically, "Are you an atheist?" While the worker says, "Yes, I am an atheist." While the boss basically turns around and fires him for being an atheist. Or even if they're at the job interview, they won't get the job because they are atheists. And that is a big problem in this country. A lot of people in the job scene are either being fired or can't find a job simply because they are an atheist. You got a lot of people out there, even the job that I worked at, that will literally Google your name just to find out what you are all about. If they find out that you're an atheist, they will fire you or they won't hire you. And that is a big problem. Discrimination in this country against atheists is a big problem. But you have a lot of Christians out there that will hide that. They will make excuses. They will say, "Well, this individual couldn't perform in the workplace, so we had to let him go." They'll make a bunch of lies up just to cover their tracks. But in all actuality, it was being an atheist that actually basically, motivated this Christian to fire this individual. And that is wrong. That is completely wrong. Atheists deserve to make money like everybody else does. They don't deserve to be discriminated against in the job place because they are atheists. But yet, at the same time, this is happening all over the place. Another thing that I have a problem with is the fact that couples go to court constantly for custody battles. Well, did you guys know that it is practically impossible for an atheist to get a hold of his or her children? The court won't award custody to an atheist. And that's another problem. These atheists have to go through life without their children because the judge thinks that it's inappropriate for an atheist to have their children. They think that atheists are completely incapable of raising children. They think that atheists are evil, that they absolutely do not need to have these children in the same area as an atheist. And it's completely absurd. It really is. Because atheists, in a lot of cases, raise children a hell of a lot better than Christians do. And those are things that I have a problem with every day because there was a couple of instances on the news that I watched where an atheist was trying to get his children back from a divorce, if you will, and they would not give him the kids at all because he was an atheist. And that's sad. It really is sad. Now, I could go on and on and on about things that really piss me off about religion in this country, but I'll make one more comment because I really don't want to make a 40-minute video about things that I am completely against. I am also against something that probably has the most impact on me personally, and that is childhood indoctrination. You see, you have Christians out there who victimize children with this nonsense. They put fear into the minds of children where it is a big problem to them socially. I'm pretty sure that you all are aware of a video I made about a year ago about my journey from Christianity to atheism. And in that video, I talked about how much fear was put into me by a Christian. And during my life, I lived with that fear. During my life, I actually thought that I was worthless, that I was completely incapable of being a good person. Now, is this something that should be told to a child, or any child for that matter? Absolutely not. But these Christians think that it's appropriate to pollute these children with fear, pollute these children with things that are completely unnecessary. And that's something that really drives me. That's something that really motivates me to make videos, to do the things that I do in life. And that's what a lot of these Christians do not seem to understand. Because when it comes to a child, they don't deserve to have fear put in their minds. They don't deserve to be told that they are worthless without this alleged creator. They don't deserve to be told that they cannot be a good person without this religion or without that religion. You know, it's completely insane. It really is. So when children are told this nonsense, it really pisses me off. It really does. And the longer people do it and get away with it, the more that they're going to do it. You got a lot of Christian groups out there like the Good News Club that go around to city after city after city getting kids together and bribing them with candy, balloons, and all types of other things just so they can tell them these horrible things. And it's nonsense. It's completely nonsense. And the worst part about it all is that their parents are completely okay with it. And that's the way that these Christians think. It's absurd, it's inappropriate, and it's something that needs to be stopped. So Matthew Steele, I hope that you liked this video. I hope that it was good enough, you know, as far as an answer is concerned. And to the rest of you, like I said before, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. So next time the Quiet Atheist does out. And remember, if you can't be good at it. Most of all, thank you for watching, and I will see you next video.